Hey everyone, I am so excited to share with you this recipe today because it is going to become your go-to for entertaining. We are going to be making garlic Parmesan wings in one of my favorite new tools that came out this past spring, our Deluxe Oven and Air Fryer. Okay, I don't know about you, but I love wings. They're great for parties, they're great for big games, they're great for family night at home, but I hate making them. I hate making them in oil, the splattering, the mess, the smell that lingers for days, but all of that changes with the Deluxe Oven and Air Fryer. With this amazing appliance, we're going to get restaurant quality wings that are crispy and made to perfection without the deep frying mess. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Plus, we're going to make a garlic Parmesan sauce. So it's going to blow your mind. Let's get started. Okay, I'm going to show you some features of the Deluxe Oven and Air Fryer, or we like to call it the DAFO for short. So, but I have to be honest, we use this every day. That is one of the great perks about being a Pampered Chef consultant, is that you get to use the tools that you are promoting. And so my DAFO might not be the cleanest, so I warn you ahead of time. All right, this is our Deluxe Air Fryer and Oven. I was realizing when I was editing this video that I was saying it wrong. It is the DAFO, Deluxe Air Fryer and Oven. Okay, so let me show you how this works. Just click it on. You have two options. Well, actually you have three options, but on the top section, it toasts. You can bake, you toast a bagel, you can bake a pizza. You can actually do a 12-inch pizza, I believe, a frozen pizza in there. Bake, stone bake, broil, reheat. We actually have a stone that we keep in here all the time. It's great for chicken nuggets, anything quick and easy that maybe your teenager or you need to make for a toddler. My teenagers use this constantly. Then on the bottom section, air fryer, convection baking, roast. You can reheat food, keep it warm, dehydrate, heat and crisp, which is what we're going to use today. The roast, you can actually roast up to a 6-pound chicken in here. Then this button right here will actually sync the two together. So you can do the chicken wings at 375 and maybe do garlic bread or roasted vegetable on top at 350. And when you hit the click, when you click sync or finish, it'll actually sync them together so they're both done at the same time. Then if you want to, the bottom, sorry, this is the air fryer. See, it's dirty, I'm sorry. Trays come out, easily swap them. If you want to open both doors at the same time, just use the top one and it opens right up. All right, let's get started. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and preheat this to the heat and crisp. We're gonna do 375. It automatically sets to 350. I know you can't see this very well, but if you just click on the temperature, you can adjust that to 375. And then we're gonna leave it at 30 minutes and hit start. It's gonna go ahead and preheat while we start getting the wings. I've already added the wings to our stainless steel bowl. This is part of a set. It comes with 3 bowls. It has a lid that inverts on top, or on the lid inverts so it rests easy, kind of sucks it in there. That didn't make any sense, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I love these two because they have silicone on the bottom, so they're not gonna be slipping all over the place when you are mixing with it. The key to this, besides the DAFO, is baking powder. Baking powder. Baking powder. This is gonna help get them like airy and crispy. We're just gonna use 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Put that in there like that. Okay. Then we're gonna also, sorry, I just wanna make sure my recipe is right. Okay. And then we're gonna add some seasonings. We're gonna do some garlic, paprika, and a little bit of salt and pepper. I like the smoked paprika. I think it just gives it an extra good flavor right there. This is the old pepper grinder from Pampered Chef. I haven't upgraded to the new one because this one still works fine. And then a little bit of salt. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and mix this all up. These are our tongs, our nylon tongs. We have 2 or 3 of these. I'm not even sure. We use them all the time. The benefit of these tongs versus other tongs is you can open them and close them with one hand. How many times are you trying to do something and then you gotta push a button or pull a lever to get the tongs to open? These are great. When they're in the upright position and you push, they stay closed. When you go into a downright position and you push, they open. Up to close, down to open. We like this is kind of like a little party trick when people come over to our house and they go to serve themselves. We like to watch them try to get the tongs open. All right, we're just gonna mix that all up and then we'll get them put on our trays. Our DAFO has been preheated, so we'll go ahead and pop these into the DAFO. It says add food here. I don't know, you probably can't see that either. Add food. We're just gonna go ahead and hit that big button in here and then the timer goes. Halfway through this, it'll beep at us, let us know to go ahead and turn them or rotate them, whatever you do. I do, like if I do 2 trays of something, I'll just go ahead and rotate the trays about halfway through. Now we're gonna make our sauce. I've got a couple tablespoons of butter that are melting on the stovetop right now. We're gonna add 2 garlic cloves to that. So I always have to say this, you wouldn't believe how many times people buy the wrong, well, they buy the right thing, but they don't realize how much garlic they're buying. This is a bulb, these are cloves, right? I'm not kidding. Years ago, I was a consultant and I did a lot of in-home parties, and the recipe called for 3 garlic cloves, and my wonderful host bought 3 bulbs of garlic. She doesn't eat garlic, so she didn't even know any better. So we're gonna use 2 cloves of garlic. We're gonna use our garlic press. The skin is left on. We just pop that into the hopper, push down, and all the garlic comes up. Then it comes with this fancy little tool. It looks like an old school Barbie doll brush. And then you're just gonna scrape that off of there. And then you can use this side to get the skin out of the hopper. Okay, and one more. Then to that, we're gonna add some crushed red pepper and then also some Italian seasoning. Pampered Chef has one of the best Italian seasonings. I just love it. I wish it came in a Costco size. I use it all the time. So we're gonna add, I guesstimate, half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. It's so good. And then about 1/4 teaspoon of flakes. Okay, I'm gonna add this to our butter and I'll be right back. All right, that has been melted together, sauteed a little bit. I just did it for about 30 seconds. So get all the fragrance from the garlic infused in the butter with the red peppers. We're gonna go ahead and grate some Parmesan. This is old school, adjustable, fine grate microplane. Pampered Chef has upgraded that to one that has a coarse grate on one side and a fine grate on the other, but I'm not gonna fix what's not broken. This works very well in my house, so this is what we're gonna use. But you can see that other one in the catalog. I love this. I love fresh Parmesan. I don't know about you guys, but nothing beats it. I also like to take Parmesan and put it in our electric twist and chop, and then that allows to make more of a fine Parmesan. So instead of getting the green container of Parmesan, I can make fresh Parmesan that's a little bit more ground. So we're only needing about 1/4 of a cup. Can't go wrong with a little bit more Parmesan. All right, we got our flexible cutting mats. I'm just gonna put that into our batter bowl. Then we are gonna add about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. If you don't know this, always get the one with the mother, it's better for you. About a half a tablespoon of honey. This is fresh local honey from a farm nearby. I'm not gonna measure this out because I don't wanna deal with trying to get the stickiness out of a measuring spoon. However, you could, if you needed more than just a half a tablespoon, you could use our measure-all cup. This is great because it does liquids on one side, it does dry ingredients on the other. This is great for anything like sour cream or peanut butter that you need to be able to get out of the container a little bit easier. We're gonna use some yogurt. You could use yogurt or sour cream. We're gonna need about 3 tablespoons. So let me get that about there. This is also a great tool for Thanksgiving when you go to stuff a turkey, and I will show you how in just a second. So you add your ingredients. Peanut butter is fantastic for this. And then all you do is you just push it out, and then you're able to scrape everything off. So imagine Thanksgiving time, stuffing a turkey. Okay, the wings are done. Look at how beautiful they look. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna let them cool just for a second. We got our sour cream mixture and Parmesan mixture that we made. We're gonna go ahead and add our garlic butter to that. Okay, I'm using my all-time favorite tool. This is the small mix and scraper. I use these for everything. I don't know if you noticed, but this was sitting in the pan. They've been sitting in there the whole time it was cooking. The tops are heat safe up to 650 degrees, so I'm able to leave them in the pan and not worry about them melting. They're made out of silicone, safe as silicone for women. And then the handle and the top are actually hung together, so they're not gonna come apart at any point in time in your dishwasher, in the drawer, anything like that. Woo. That's maybe why I should be wearing an apron, right? There is an apron that comes with your Pampered Chef kit. I just am horrible at putting it on. All right, we're gonna mix those up. And then we'll go ahead and throw our wings in there and toss them around. And then we'll get them plated. All right, let's get them plated up and ready to serve. You can go ahead and add a little ranch or whatever topping you want to add to it, or sauce, I mean. And there you go. How do those look? Okay, this recipe is virtually foolproof. And the best part is you can switch it out with whatever sauce you want, whether it's barbecue, teriyaki, hot sauce, whatever you want. If you want to get your hands on the Deluxe Air Fryer and Oven and start making restaurant quality food at home without the mess, let me know. I would love to get this in your home for 60% off. Just let me know. Happy eating.